We have been doing activities in different areas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary, MCCI, for doing the honor. As we have a series of technical sessions lined up for the day, we will move directly to the addresses by our distinguished guests. Their insights and perspectives will set the tone for today's discussions and deliberations. So may I have the honor to request our respected guest of honor of today's function, Dr. Thangjam Dhabali Singh, Chairman cum CMD Babina Group of Companies, to address the gathering.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable MLA Sri Toko Tatung, who is here with us as the chief guest of this function. Madam Y. Robita, Director, Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur. Distinguished invitees, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and friends from media. I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be here on this stage, and also for giving me a chance to speak to the audience. Manipur Chamber of Commerce and Industry was established in 2011 in January. And that time, there were a few trade bodies in the state which were not functioning properly and then actively. So at the initial stage, we tried to revive those existing the chambers, but somehow we could not. And then ultimately we decided that we will go ahead with the formation of the new trade body, that's the Manipur Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That time we started with 35 members, but today the membership has doubled the figure as that time. And now we have been doing activities in different areas, particularly organizing workshops, the conferences, seminars, and then summits. This is one of the such type of activities that we have been having since yesterday, that the business summit that is of a global nature. We have a few dignitaries coming from other countries. And we also had to organize other activities in the past. And that was actually the follow-up of an activity after our organization made a trip to Myanmar and also to Thailand. Then we returned back and then organized a few of the activities successfully. Our primary objective is just to promote activities in terms of trade, commerce, and industries. Manipur is, as of now, not an industrialized state, and we need more works to be done, and gradually it's picking up, and we have to give more pressure and more trust on areas like agri-based industries, because basically it's a state which depends its economy on agriculture, And that's how anything linked to agriculture would be more successful. Besides that, we also have the other areas where we can focus. That includes the agri-related areas, that is, our concepts like, say, fisheries or pisciculture, then the poultry, piggeries, and more activities in that area. Information technology is one where we can also focus, and then it has been picking up gradually, and a lot of youngsters have started taking up in the IT industries. Healthcare and hospitality is one area where we also focus, and tourism is one where we need more stress. And after this session, I'll be speaking on the opportunities in tourism in our Northeast region, and in particular to Manipur in the next session, in the plenary session. Once again, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to say a few words in this official function. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, respected Guest of Honor, Dr. Thangjam Dhabali Singh, Chairman cum CMD, Babina Group of Companies, for that meaningful address. And may I have the honor to request our respected Chief Guest of today's function, Sri Toko Tatung, Honorable MLA, Arunachal Pradesh, to address the gathering.
Well, a very blessed morning to all the people gathered here today. Once again, heartfelt gratitude to Manipur Chamber of Commerce for extending this invitation to be a part of this August gathering. My respect to the guest of honor and special guest present along with me, delegates from different states, representing different chambers, people and representatives, business bodies from Bangladesh, from Burma, and media friends here. Today, as I stand, I was also here yesterday in a technical session. I have shared my opinion. I've shared my vision, the vision of Northeast. Imagine a Northeast whereby you are in Manipur, or you could be in Arunachal, you could be in Nagaland or Sikkim, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, taking your car all the way down to the limestone mountains of Thailand, crossing the beautiful Myanmar, all the way to Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. Imagine waking up to that reality. Imagine boarding a train journey all the way from Arunachal, cutting through the hearts of Burma, going down to Vietnam, and if God allows, to China as well. Well, these are the realities and these are the dreams that shapes our destiny. And today, I won't dwell much. I would like to share some feelings that are really works as an undercurrent and also as a strong discussion point, not only in the dinner table, but across the academies here, and also the stakeholders of this beautiful northeastern part of the country. And this present government has given us a lot of hope, because whenever I hear the Prime Minister of the country, whenever I hear the External Affairs Minister of the country, they talk about a change in the mindset. सोच को बदलना होगा, I hear that all the time. And I see some groundwork too. As a student in Delhi and St. Stephen's, way back in 1994-95, we heard about this policy of look east. And at the same time, I heard about the train that was coming in, the metros. I was a student at the time. The metros hasn't started. The work hasn't started. You fast forward 1994-95 to now, we have already crossed 7-8 phases of metro station in Delhi. We have changed the nomenclature from look east to act east. And yes, it's needless to say, but I must say that we have seen some serious investment in the northeastern part of the country as well. I must give it to the government for that. I have never seen union ministers visiting Northeast as frequent as nowadays they're doing. I've seen the Prime Minister coming to Arunachal 3-4 times already. When this thing happens, then you feel that yes, country feels for us. There's a light in the end of the tunnel. The dream that we dream will not remain a dream. It must come to reality. We have a big vision. Country has a big vision. Northeast as a composite unit with 8 sisters there. We have our own vision too. Which brings us to Act East policy. Today, I'd like to stress upon it. Border sans, trade sans border. Beyond the border, without any border. It transcends everything, like music, trade too. But when you think of Act East policy, and when you talk to people, and when you try to contact Ministry of External Affairs, and you rummage through the internet, then we come across that there is no official document signed as Act East policy. It is a series of statements by the Prime Minister, by the Ministry of External Affairs, but we don't have any document titled Act East policy signed duly. But the intention of the government is clear. They want Northeast to be a part of the growth of India's story. Which brings to the moot point. The way the country is moving, the way the country is being led, I think it's time that they make it official, in the sense that make it an official document, an official policy, properly, duly signed, whereby we can go and ask, what is the latest development? Let it be announced. Let it be launched by our Yashasvi Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. Can we have a secretariat of our own of look east policy, act east policy? Right now, we have a secretary of East and East Asia Division, which implements and looks after the policy related, program related to act east policy. Can we have an office of our own with 8 desks of 8 different northeastern states, delineating what is happening in these 8 states? What are the bottlenecks? What are the impediments? How do we overcome? How do we engage the stakeholders of that particular state and converse it and make this policy a policy that world will see? It will do 2 things. One, it will send the seriousness which the present government is showing, a message to the people of northeastern state that the government in Delhi is very serious about us. That's why we are making it official. That's why we are making an office of Act East, like the department Assam has recently opened, Act East department. Can we have another one in New Delhi under MEA? Can we include the donor, Ministry of Donor there? We have a very capable minister there, Jyotiraditya Scindia. He has a lot of dream for Northeast India. I interacted with him very recently, and I saw that intent is there. The seriousness is there. I feel time has come. Time has come. We have an Indo-Japan Act East department launched in 2017. We just have to take it a notch higher. My dear friends, certain questions we need to ask. Unless we ask, unless we demand, unless we cry for it, it's at times is brushed aside. I must give kudos to the government of India for taking it on its own as an initiative to address the problem that we are facing. And Act East is a very good gesture, and they are doing it as well. When we talk about Act East, the next thing that comes to your mind is border trade. What is the status of border trade now? Border trade was happening nicely. But 2015, resigned it, everything. Informal trade has gone up. You know, there are more than 39 land customs stations in entire northeastern India. Out of that, 24 is functional, not to the brim though. There are around 3 integrated checkposts. Another 3, the construction is on. We have to make sure that all this notified LCS is functional. Land Port Authority of India is taking care of it. We have to ensure that these are functioning. Indo-Burma, we have only 3. Indo-Bangladesh, we have more than 25. With all due respect to Bangladesh, if we have to look at Southeast Asia, the natural boundary, the natural passage, the natural bridge is Burma, is Myanmar. It is very, very important for us to have a pragmatic foreign relation with Myanmar. Are we doing enough? This is something that we need to ponder upon. It falls in the purview of MEA. It falls in the central government. We must have a proactive, aggressive Myanmar policy, because it is the bridge to the $1.3 trillion economy right below there. For that, to start with, the border huts should be open in all the borders along the 5,400 kilometer long that we share with our neighbor, international neighbors. Joint Trade Committee, joint working group that deals with border trade and trade-related activities must be reactivated. There must be meetings. Recently it was held in 24. People from Northeast, the government of Northeast must be asking the stakeholders, the chambers, should be following it up. What are the activities that is happening? We have to follow up, my friend. Do we need to reintroduce that border trade again, away from the normal trade? Because people are not getting the benefit. If you want the people to get the benefit of border trade should be given back to us again. Items, it must be upgraded periodically. Now we have this border fencing announced. 1,624 kilometers, the entire border will be fenced. Yes, a regulated border is a prosperous border. But a border should not be seen as a geographical barrier between two countries, between two people, between two cultures. It is a melting point. It is the zone where prosperity should breed. It is a zone from where ideas should disseminate. It brings the people closer. Even if we have border being fenced, we should have enough entry-exit points that must be regulated properly. Sometimes, when I've heard about free movement regime, it is disbanded. Introduced in 2018, it allows our people around 16 kilometers to visit each other without any visa. That has been taken away. Is it in the spirit of Act East policy that we have to ponder, that we have to question? We are Indian. I stand as an Arunachali, as a sentinel in the border there. Whenever there is an external aggression, we will be the first person to stand, take up the gun and fight for the country, and if need be, martyred. We are no less Indian as any Indian can be, as patriotic as any patriotic man can be. But when we question, we should not be seen and measured and examined with a different yardstick. Like any other Indian, I have all the right to question, to ask. We should not be afraid to ask, because this is our government, this is our country. We have to think on that. This is where I was listening to a Japanese fellow yesterday. He was here. He dwelled a lot on how we should be, what are our shared cultural history, how do we look similar, what kind of human resource they're looking for. This is where Japan's free and open Pacific policy converges with Act East policy. It is a notice. We have so much. Coordination could be an issue. Like the way I was listening to Praveer yesterday. Once the border opens up, once the corridors are done, once the international trilateral connecting India, Myanmar and Thailand is done, are we ready to take the advantage of that? Once the LCPs are done, ICPs are done, are we ready? There are practical issues that must be looked upon. Coordination issue is a big challenge. I've read through it, gone through it, studied it, and discussed with it. There should be coordination between the security forces, custom officials, custom agents, clearing agents, and state governments and trade organizations. This is one thing that I've always seen in LCS and ICP too. This is something that we have to look upon. And as we move on to the logistic part of the northeast of the country, we all know we didn't have a logistic policy till 2022. Our logistic cost is often pegged, measured as 13 to 14% of our GDP. And the government of India recently in 2022 has announced a logistic policy, and we have said and they have committed that we must bring it down to 8 to 9% to make our Indian goods more competitive in the global scenario. This is a welcome move by the government of India. It will enhance competition. Dare I say the key initiative includes unified logistic interface platform, logistic data banks. What will it do? When we are talking about a composite Northeast, a unified Northeast, let me ask you, how many of you has gone to Arunachal? How many of us come to Manipur? Do we know each other? How do we know our trade potential? What do we know? What kind of things are being cultivated, marketed in Manipur, in Arunachal, in Nagaland, in Sikkim, in Assam, in Mizoram, in Tripura? We have to know each other. During the COVID time, after the COVID time, Dekho Apna Desh, Government of India has come out with. Our state government has come out with Dekho Apna Pradesh. And now I think time has come to tell each other, Dekho Apna Uttar Purva, Dekho Apna Northeast. Let us visit each other. Let there be delegates from Manipur to Arunachal, Arunachal to Nagaland, Nagaland to Sikkim, Sikkim to Mizoram, Mizoram to Tripura. When we travel, then we understand the issues. We understand the logistic issues of the region. You know, in my place, in a place called Taksing, when there was no road, but now because of the initiative of the central government and the state government led by our very, very capable Chief Minister Sri Pema Khandu, heavily assisted by Deputy Chief Minister Chaunamen, road is reached till Taksing. But there was a time I hiked to Taksing in 2005 to make a documentary on the Na people who lives there. It took me 5 nights. The cement bag, which cost around 400 rupees in the mainland, by the time it reaches there, it's already 3,500. We know the logistic issue then. We have to understand ourselves. What problem is plaguing Manipur? Only you can know and you can calibrate. Only you can amplify the son of the soil. I know what problem plagues in Arunachal Pradesh. Now we are talking about integrating not only with the mainland, but we're looking east. The Act East policy, where we feel our future lies, or else we're a captive market. Aren't we a captive market? We are. Let's get out of that. If you tell me, with due respect to Rajasthan, I have to go and get my marble, my granite from Rajasthan, can't we get it in near Burma, which is nearby? So, infrastructure, the roads are very important. That's why, when we talk of multilateral projects, like Kaladan, started from 2008, yet to be finished. Government of India is investing. It is going to be finished in 2027. The original scheme was around 530 crore. Now it has become 3,220 crore worth. We have to finish the project that we started at the earliest. This trilateral, if it is open, I'm telling you, we are sitting on the gold mine, my friend. You open up the Stillwell Road from Ledo Pangso Pass to Michina, all the way to Kunming, China. What a fantastic road. The road that was done in 1942 by the Allied forces. Choppers, parachuting, taking the excavator all the way from Washington, D.C., getting it done in ports of Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, or in Gujarat port. Those were carried and the roads were done. Now we are living in 2025 artificial intelligence time. Roads, they're not an issue. Politics is an issue. Political will is an issue. Can we have a Stillwell Road from Ledo to Pangso Pass to Burma to China? Who will it help? It will help people of India. And by people of India, I mean the northeastern Indians. Can't we do that? Tourism. This is one sector. In tertiary sector, northeast contribution I've seen around 47% to the GDP of the entire northeastern state. As I've told you yesterday, we contribute only 3% to the India GDP. Assam is the biggest, 5.67 lakh crore. Arunachal, we are reaching 40,000 crore. As I told you, Manipur, 46,000 crore. Sikkim, 47,000 crore. They have the highest per capita income in the northeast. Go and look at Sikkim. They are fantastic. They're doing amazingly well. I interacted. They came to my place in Zero Music Festival. They put up a stall. I saw the dedication of the officers there. Director, MD, giving time. When it comes to micro level, are our officers, are we up to it? Are we giving the right service to the people? Tourism is a big, big thing that we can do. Along with education and health. We listened to one entrepreneur, a respected fellow yesterday from Manipur, talking about his group, what it has done. Can't we have tourism? World War tourism? Heritage Road tourism, yesterday I talked about it. We are not doing enough. We are not getting enough. Are we? This problem, do you think is confined to Northeast? Not at all. It is in the entire country. You compare Thailand and India. 2024, how many tourists came to Thailand? 35 million. In India, we are struggling with 9.9 million. We have to think, we have to rethink, we have to recalibrate. Time has come. And when we talk about the neighboring countries, when we're listening to Japan, their aging population, they need a lot of human force, workforce. We need professionals going to Southeast Asia, to Burma, our education qualifications. But we don't have MRA, mutually recognition agreement we don't have with these countries. We need to do that as well. Then only we can talk about Act-East policy in the real sense. Who will say? People of Northeast will say. And when we say, Government of India will respond. They have to. And I've always heard, भारत को विकसित होना है तो पूर्वोत्तर को विकसित होना पड़ेगा. और पूर्वोत्तर इस तरह से विकसित नहीं हो सकता. Work has to be done in the ground. Visions have to be shared. People have to become stakeholders, co-authors of a dream. We cannot just rely. We have to stake our claim. That is the way forward, my friend. And I was listening again yesterday. What are the products that can be competed in the markets internationally? What are we good at? Floriculture, agriculture, horticulture. That is our strength, my friend. That is our strength. For example, if you ask me about Arunachal, you know, horticulture bed it can be, the fruit bowl of the country. Jammu and Kashmir, the land that was exhausted. Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, all finished. There is no scope for extension anymore. They have reached the saturation point except for Uttaranchal. Arunachal is just warming up. Northeast is just warming up, my friend. We have so much of potential that it pains me at times because we are still in the stage of potential. We have to take a notch higher. How do we bring confidence to the people? I would say Government of India. I would say the big industrial houses, automobile industry, for example. I was just sharing it yesterday, the Ruili in China, how they have, in Yunnan province, they have developed that area. What they did, they put up an automobile industry. Lot of motorbikes in Burma, Southeast Asia, going from there. You know, India is the largest market of automobile in the world. We have overtaken China. You know what is the market size of automobile in Southeast Asia? $30 billion. Can't we have, I'm not talking about the four-wheelers now, can't we have a two-wheeler assembly line, production unit somewhere in Northeast? It could be in Assam, it could be in Mizoram, it could be in Manipur, it could be in Arunachal. Anyway, we're ready to give the land, set up. Let's export those bikes to Burma, to Southeast Asia through Burma. Can't we do that? Hero Motor Corps, we can call them, please set up your plant. It will send a message that government is serious. These are the confidence building measures that we require. We have inland water terminals. How much are we using that? Such big navigable rivers. How are we using that? We have to ponder on that also. I know if you talk, it will take a day long. I can go on and on. I have a dream of my own. Dream of Northeast. Dream of Arunachal, dream of Manipur, unified, together, brothers, hand in hand, marching towards a glorious path. We have to be together in that. Time is long, or I say time is short and art is long. Time is fleeting. Before I go, I must talk about bamboo. I love this grass. It's the fastest growing. All of us love bamboo. All of us knows bamboo. But what are we doing in bamboo field? You know there is no junior engineering codes for bamboo to be used as basic structure in the building. I tried to do a bamboo structure back in my district. My district is Kipanyor. It's one of the newest districts in the state, in the country. I represent that district. I wanted to have a mini secretariat built on bamboo, totally. because they have been talking about it. But then I get to know there is no junior engineering code. I cannot make a B or Q out of it. I cannot use it as a basic structure. There are issues that needs to be discussed. In 2017, there was a landmark decision by Government of India. Bamboo was declassified as a forest produce. You can harvest, you can transport it without any permit. Are we making good use of bamboo? Bamboos are required in Vietnam, in Southeast Asia, but we cannot transport it because the land route is not there. We were not getting the access to the ports in Bangladesh, but thanks to 2018 protocol signed between India and Bangladesh, we can use Chittagong and Mongla port. We can send our bamboos to Vietnam, to Japan, to other parts of the Southeast Asian country. We must get together, my friend. Time has come, and I thank MCCI for this wonderful initiative. You have done it in the right time. It will give a semblance of normalcy to the peace-loving people of Manipur. Manipur is a land of peace, is a land of warrior, is a land of different tribes and different people living together. It's a land of beautiful gesture. I saw it last night when I saw them dance, those graceful hand movements, the hand and eye coordination, swaying to the beats of the drums, reminds me that echo is still there in the forest of Manipur, in the lakes of Manipur. Peace must be returned in this place. We are brothers and sisters. We love this land. It is everyone's land. Let us live together in peace. My dear friend, let us come together. Let us give this message to our brothers and sisters in the mainland that Manipur is reconciling, is coming to peace, talking to each other. And I bring peace from the land of rising sun, from Arunachal, from Kipanyor district. May the peace be upon this beautiful land, upon the beautiful people, upon the beautiful sports person, upon the warriors of Manipur, upon the brothers and sisters of Manipur. Let us all march together, hand in hand. We are talking about ACTIS. We are talking about, integrating Northeast to the Southeast Asia. We have to talk about integrating with each other first. We have to understand our neighbor first, our immediate neighbor. We have to know them first. We have to find peace there. We have to reconcile. And that is the way forward. Only peace is the way forward, my friends. So I want to thank you once again for this wonderful time that you've given to me. I will go back with a lot of hope. I will go back with a promise, with a dream that I've dreamt. And I always say the dream should be so big. It should be so big that it could be seen as a fire, not only on the banks of Brahmaputra, not only in the banks of Dihang or Siang or Subansiri. It should be seen in the banks of Kaveri. It should be seen in the banks of Godavari. It should be seen from the banks of Ganges, and hallelujah, Godavari as well, Yamuna as well. I believe in Christ. I believe in peace. I believe in love. Let this peace, let this love, and let this togetherness, the spirit of oneness of Northeast, not only be instilled in Manipur, but all the states of Northeast, and let it be channelized to the mainland India, and let them know that we are the sentinel of the border, and we stand for you. Anything happens, people of Manipur will stand, people of Arunachal will stand, and will guard the border like the real sentinels. We are ready to give our life to become the martyr for this great country, beautiful country called India. May God bless us all. May God bless you all. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful time. May God bless you. And I want to thank once again the MCCI for this wonderful gesture. I'll be inviting you to Arunachal soon. Get ready with the bags and baggages. Thank you. A wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Sri Toko Tatung, Honorable MLA, Arunachal Pradesh, for your powerful and inspiring address. You truly are an exceptional orator. Your words resonated with patient clarity and vision, leaving us deeply motivated. We are truly honored to have you with us today. Thank you very much, sir. And now we'd like to request our respected President, Madam Yumnam Robita, IAS, Director, Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, everyone. Uh, it's very hard to follow up such a good orator that we have just heard and listened to, and then absorb a lot of things that our honorable chief guest had conveyed to all of us. But as one of the I would like to thank each and every one of the delegates who have come from across the borders, like our Bangladeshi delegate, our Burmese delegate who have come here, our Japanese delegate, and our delegates from all across India. And it's a big opportunity for all of us here in Manipur to showcase what we can offer to the world and how we can take advantage of that and to show it, and what we are capable of giving to the world and what we can absorb from the products that have been brought by the people from across the border to show us how to make it into a global scale. It's indeed a great beginning, I must say, for all of us for this global buyer-seller meet. And I'm very grateful to MCCI also for organizing this. This is done under the initiative of RAM, under Ministry of MSME. This is basically, the RAM initiative is for improving the health of the MSMEs which had started deteriorating during the COVID period. So this is like a boost up to all the MSMEs in the state across the India to make themselves healthy with this. There are a lot of initiatives in this, under this scheme. I think the details can be had from our department, from our directorate, or our DIC centers in the districts. And then I think some of you must have received we have this interest subvention thing which is there for our women entrepreneurs, especially for our women entrepreneur. Please take advantage of that and then please claim your interest subvention, and it'll be a great help to all of you to repay back your loan also. Now, our honorable chief guest had mentioned about the challenges about our logistic. It is indeed a great challenge because we don't have proper road. Our rails are there, but they are not reaching us to the places where we want to reach. And our geographical area is a challenge for all of us when we want to export our product or when we want to bring the raw material for manufacturing. So as a part of this initiative, we are also offering a logistic support to those people who are actually importing or exporting from the state of Manipur. A small token of amount is there which the entrepreneurs can claim, and there's a format for that claim, so which can be had from the DIC offices. So I think it'll be giving a little bit of boost and a little ease to the people, to the entrepreneur in regarding the entrepreneurship, like and about the logistics. Like how our chief guest also mentioned, a bag of cement which costs 400 rupees costs around 3,000 something in Arunachal. Here at least is like 600 to 700. So it's almost double the amount. So the building of any infrastructure or establishing any hotels or, for example, hospital becomes a big challenge for us. But we are doing very well in that sector, I must say. And it's very encouraging to see a lot of entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs which have come to the forefront to bring their expertise, to bring their speciality. And in the last few years that I have been here in this directorate, I have seen diverse talent and diverse initiative from a lot of entrepreneurs who wants to do something out of the box, which is very good for all of us, which is something which is not done by anybody. So it's like a big boost to us also. I don't have much to say, but it's very encouraging to see a lot of participation today, and I hope that all of you take away something positive from this buyer-seller meet, and we hope to have more buyer-seller meet with more people from across the border and across the state also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Yumnam Robita, IAS, Director, Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur, and our respected President of today's function. With that, we conclude today's formal function of the second day of Manipur Global Buyers and Sellers Summit 2025. We thank all our dignitaries on the dais for their valuable presence and contributions. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we now begin the plenary session of Day 2 of the Manipur Global Buyers and Sellers Summit 2025. After an inspiring morning of addresses, it's time to move into our next phase of meaningful discussions and exchanges where ideas meet action and collaboration saps opportunity. To commence this session, may I now invite the chairperson, Professor C.H. Ibohal Meitei, MEMS, Manipur University, to kindly take the stage and lead us through the proceedings. I would like to request respected President, MCCI, Dr. Vasudev, to honor and felicitate our respected chairperson of this first plenary session. I'd like to take a moment to honor and felicitate our respected chairperson, Professor C.H. Ibohal Meitei, Manipur University. Thank you very much. And next, we'd like to request our respected speakers to be on the dais. First of all, we have Loitongbam Bisanjit Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Southeast Asian Studies, Manipur University. And next, we have Professor Chinglin Maishnam, Department of Economics, Manipur University. And also we have, once again, Madam Yumnam Robita, IAS, Director, Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur. And also, we have once again Dr. Thangjam Dhabali Singh, Chairman CM Managing Director, Babina Group of Companies. And last but not least, we have Thokchom Basanta Singh, Deputy Director, Directorate of Handloom and Handicraft, Government of Manipur. To honor and felicitate our respected speakers, would like to request Mr. Secretary, MCCI, Shri Anil Haurokcham. We welcome you, sir. Professor Chinglen Vaishnam, Department of Economics, Manipur University. Thank you very much for joining us. Last but not the least, Yamnam Robita, IAS, Director, Trade, Commerce and Industries, Government of Manipur, our respected speaker. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for doing the honor. Now I would like to hand over the mic to our respected chairperson, Professor C.H. Ibohal Meitei.
A very warm good morning to everyone. Chabiko, namaskar.
Hello.
Punamakpu, Kognona, Kurumjari. Learned resource persons on the dais, honorable invitees, officers from different organizations, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to express my profound gratitude and thankfulness to the organizing team for giving me this opportunity to be amidst you as a part of this today's Manipur Global Buyers and Sellers Summit. In fact, it's very much of contemporary relevant for making this state economically moving forward and bringing a vibrancy in the trade, commerce, and industries. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the major theme for this third plenary session, the first for today, is mainly on the theme India-ASEAN engagement for trade, investment, connectivity, and governance, with special reference to the northern region of India, opportunities, challenges, way forward. In fact, we have heard so many insightful things from yesterday, and just now also the speech delivered by Honorable MLA of Arunachal Pradesh, very, very thought-provoking, very insightful, touching various other dimensions where we can just focus on. Well, I could say to it about overall developmental activities to happen in a place like Manipur. The trade, commerce, and industry, and altogether the kind of entrepreneurial activities, they definitely will be the drivers of the economy. And that's why expanding the market, finding the new users, getting alignment with the new opportunities coming up is a very much need of the hour. But without just diversifying much of the things, what India is trying to engage with the ASEAN countries, because the total economy of ASEAN is almost equivalent to the Indian economy. They are also having around 4.2 billion economy as of now. And India is having more than 120 millions of trading done with the ASEAN, and 11% of the entire export-import business is engaged with ASEAN 10 countries, And in fact, it is giving the fourth largest trading partner with India. And of them, there are some countries which are not participating much, but some are doing well, and Singapore is one, and they are just altogether just 6 in the volumes, and at the same time, the largest investment made in India from the FDI, foreign direct investment, Singapore is one of them. So that's why when we just talk of the engagements of India and ASEAN, and when we talk of the ASEAN, 10 countries are there, and out of which Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, Philippines, etc. are included. That's why it's a very, very important area where we can just situate when Northeastern region within the ambit of the Indian subcontinent to align with these kind of reasons for connectivity. That's very important. So that's why engaging trade, commerce, industries, maybe in various other areas of trade in services. When we talk of the trade in services, maybe in the healthcare, education, finance, IT-enabled services, fintech, and in fact, Singapore itself today is considered one of the most important destinations for fintech and financial and wealth management, etc. So keeping these dynamics and also aligning India's engagement within the ambit of ACIS policy, wherein we are having 4 important C's: the connectivity, the culture, the commerce, and the capacity building. So that's why for any buyer-seller activities to be enhanced further, we have to situate the various components of where Indian government has been taking it up, and at the same time, what are the policy initiatives that Manipur government in particular and the Northeastern region in general can think about, so that at least Northern region could be the true breeze aligning with India and the ASEAN nations. And the challenge over here is that whether the Northern region is the breeze or the barrier. So that's why so much of policy initiatives, so much of areas of concerns in terms of the logistics, in terms of the connectivity, the maritime connectivity, air connectivity, then the continental roadways connectivity, including the railways, etc., are of utmost importance. That we are to have a good connectivity digitally, virtual connectivity, and the power and thermal connectivity can also be another dimensions we can just talk about. So we have, for that matter, 5 important speakers. They will be sharing from different perspectives and different dimensions, academia and industry and policymakers. That's why we have a very good combination of resource persons in this panel, and we'll be happy to hear from them what are the policy initiatives they may be taking, they may be suggesting. At least in the coming days, Manipur can be transformed into a true gateway of India as for the trade, commerce, industry, education, healthcare, tourism, and IT, and also other services sector where we can just have some sort of an advantage over the others. So without taking much time, I just would like to invite all the panel speakers. The time given to us is altogether 1.5 hours. So in order to just align, kindly just speak about 15 to 20 minutes in an average. And we also will be happy to have a few Q&A after all the panel members have shared their viewpoints. Any ideas, observations, whatever points you have, kindly note it down. And we will situate these deliberations may give some sort of a new vistas for policy making and new opportunities. And in fact, we are supposed to find out whatever possible we can to engage with our neighboring countries like Myanmar. That is truly the land bridge to connect continentally between India and the ASEAN countries. And with that note, I would like to call out the speakers one after another. We have 5 speakers: Dr. Loitongbam Bisanjit from Manipur University, Department of Southeast Asian Studies. Also, we have Professor Jinglen Meishnam, Department of Economics, Manipur University. We have Madam Yumnam Robita, IS, and the Director, Trade, Commerce and Industry, Government of Manipur. And we have Dr. T.S. W. Singh, Chairman, Managing Director, Babina Group of Companies. And finally, but not the least, we have Sri Thoksam Basanta Singh, Deputy Director, Directorate of Handloom and Handicrafts, Government of Manipur. So without taking much ado, I just would like to call upon Dr. L.B. Sanjit Singh from the Department of Southeast Asian Studies, Manipur University, to share your viewpoints in connection with this plenary session. Thank you.
A very good morning to all, respected chair, respected panelists on the dais, special invitees and dignitaries across the globe, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to highlight the geoeconomic changes in a landscape between India, China, and ASEAN, and that the role of Northeast India, in particular Manipur, can play on this rivalry, or in rather a competition. As we all aware of the fact that the world has drastically changed from the free market economy to the doctrine of mercantilism ever since the Donald Trump became the US president in 2017, and right now he is in a second term. We all know that the Western countries and the US are the forerunner of market economy. Now they are backing off. So what is the mercantilism? Is a 15th, 16th century in England, Portugal, in Europe, that is an economic philosophy which promote economic nationalisms. That means the country should export as much as possible and restrict the imports of goods and services from the others. So it's a zero-sum game. And right now we are back to the 15th and 16th century. Because of the Donald Trump. I give you an example of geoeconomics. And what is the geoeconomics? Geoeconomic is the use of economic instrument or means to achieve strategic goals. So for example, why Donald Trump imposed tariff to all over the world, including his allies, because he wants to renegotiate the trade. He backed off from the TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, and there is special invitees from Japan also. Right now, Japan has no choice. He has to lead the TPP, and he wants to negotiate NAFTA, not American Free Trade Agreement. Everything he wants to negotiate it. For what? Donald Trump wants that America should gain at the expenses of others. So that's why he says, "Make America great again." So, and geoeconomics is played by every country, like China. When China has a confrontation with Tiao Island, China deny the export of rare earths to Japan. Japan has no choice to accept the China's term. When he has a conflict with Australia and Philippines, China stopped importing bananas and wine, because banana is very important for Philippines economy. Okay, so India also doing the same. In a Doklam, after the Doklam, India banned WeChat, TikTok, and some software from Chinese app. So this is another geoeconomics play. So now, next please. So this is the, what are the instruments we have to use in this geoeconomics is that we use trade, finance, investment, and technology as the tools of power. Okay, next please. So now there is another term called geopolitics. So what is the main difference between geopolitics and geoeconomics is that in geopolitics, power and influence come through military and territorial occupations. While in geoeconomics, power and influence comes through the use of economic instrument. I just say the trade, investment, etc., etc. So now, please, why we need to understand this dynamic of India, ASEAN, and China is in the area of Indo-Pacific is because Indo-Pacific become a strategic theater when US is involved, Japan is involved. So I give you the example of why is this region, Indo-Pacific, is very, very important, is that it's the home of the world's largest or emerging economies in the world. Let's see, East is China, Japan, and Korea. In Southeast Asia, led by the ASEAN. In South Asia, led by India. So it's a home to the world's fastest growing economy in this region, and Japan and New Zealand is coming up in the Indo-Pacific. Now, another thing is that another choke point is here, Strait of Malacca. South China Sea is a contagious. So if 70–80% of the oil imported through this Strait of Malacca, okay, so that's a very important, and Port of Hormuz, Strait of Hormuz. So these are very, very important choke point of the today's world. So this is militarily, politically, economically very, very important. Now, how US come to play, in this political theater is that through free and open Indo-Pacific, Japan, India, US, and Australia comes up quad. This is the policy of US to control the Chinese influence in Southeast Asia. And China used the Belt and Road Initiative, or OBOR, One Belt, One Road, and Digital Silk Road. How about India? India, yes, of course, air-gaze policy. Honorable MLA talk about air-gaze policy. And air-gaze policy, I don't think, we have to use the benefit or the success of air-gaze policy in two ways. Air-gaze policy is very, very successful. If you see from the, sorry to say, people are saying this term, mainland India. If you see how far air-gaze policy is successful, is that the bilateral trade between India and ASEAN is increasing a lot. It's triple times. Investment is flowing. So lots of trade and investment coming up. It is, yes, from the point of Northeast India, yes, that's the problem. That's a problem of air-gaze policy. So in general, air-gaze policy is very, very successful. So India used air-gaze policy, Sagarmala, Greater Mekong regions. Then there is a potential of this IMT, India-Myanmar, Thailand Trilateral Highway, Trans-Asia Highway. These are the geoeconomic strategy that India has used. Next, please. So what is ASEAN role in this rivalry between India, China? So It is located at the very intersection of the global trade routes. ASEAN try to balance with this power, US, China, India, Japan, through neutrality. So neutral stance try to do that, the strategy neutrality, that's we call it ASEAN centrality. We call it ASEAN centrality. But how far they can be neutral? Because there are a lot of divide between ASEAN also. So I will give you the example on that one. Next, please. This is the importance of trade. When you talk about why China is very important in Southeast Asian economics, politics, etc., it's because of this. When you talk about the bilateral trade with ASEAN, China is the number 1, US is the number 4, US is the number 2, Japan is the number 4, and India is number 10, and Australia is number 12. So this is the importance, surplus to China. India is growing, so that's why the role of India is becoming bigger and bigger over the years. Now, next please. What is the strategy adopted by China in order to influence the region and control the regions? So China used as an economic statecraft. The economic statecraft is the use of economic instrument to advance the foreign policy goals. I'll give you an example about, say, when Donald Trump raised the tariff all over the country, where did China's President Xi Jinping went? He went to Cambodia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. And why is it? Because they don't want to, they know that Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia is going to negotiate with Donald Trump through trade. So he wants to convey a message, do not take side. At least you do remain neutral. This is a win-win situation for China. It's a big market for China. And I give you another example on that one also. Then what is the target is the manufacturing, critical minerals, and digital platforms. So critical minerals is very important. So you have to know that Vietnam and Myanmar is another important biggest producer of rare earth elements other than China. So that's also another weapons that China will use in the future. He is not using it up to the extent that he can't. Okay, the rare earth is the nuclear weapon of China for the coming years. Okay, rare earth is controlled by China. Even US has to depend on China for extraction of rare earth. Okay, so then he used coercive trade practices like tariffs, ban selective investments, BRI. Among the BRI, they invested mostly on Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar. Why? Because they have a good relationship between these CLMP countries. So he has restrained from Philippines because Philippines is a pro-US. So this is selective investment they are using. So security dimension, military assist via infrastructure. They want to use Cambodia because India is going with Vietnam with the military. Then Philippines with US. So these are the security dimension that has been taking place there. So then what is the India's strategic objective or options used to counter this China strategy? Is India Act East policy and this Indo-Pacific Ocean initiatives combined with the strategic autonomy with partnership like Quad, Japan, France. So economic trust is making India and PIL schemes, connectivity project like IMT, Kaladan multi-purpose projects, and BIMSTEC and IMEX India, Myanmar economic corridor is a huge. So what is the mantra of India is through credible, transparent alternatives to China's BRI and coercive means of trade. So advocate India, say, respect ASEAN centrality and rules-based multipolarity. So this is the India's strategic objective. Now, what is this? What is the dilemma? There is a dilemma then, how to balance with India and China or US or Japan. So ASEAN, the dilemma is that ASEAN benefits from both or all these great powers. So they don't want to lose it. So they have a problem. What problem? Have a balancing challenges coming up. Okay, so they also afraid of China's assertiveness in the region. For example, South China Sea, they're claiming that their island is China's. So the China is very powerful, so they cannot say, but they can have the help of US, India, or Japan, or Quad in the world. So, but there is also another challenge in ASEAN is that there is internal divisions. For example, Cambodia support China, Vietnam support US, tactically and Philippines openly support US. Okay, so Myanmar, Laos support China, so they have a division also. That's the challenges of ASEAN. So fragmentation, loss of ASEAN. This fragmentation lead to loss of ASEAN centrality, which is the neutrality. Now, I skip this one. So what is Manipur gonna do in this strategic framework? Is that, say, Manipur or Northeast India, since time immemorial, depend on intra-port trade, which means you export and import. You bring goods from other countries and buy sales to other part of the region. Now, history doesn't favor this region again. From the intra-port trade comes the landlocked region. So that's why we are here. And under this, that in order to develop any country, particularly less developed country, there is a theory, economic development theory. A famous economist, Ragnar Knox, says that you have to use these three strategies. Number one, growth through export of primary products. Second is the growth through export of manufactured consumer goods like garment, textiles. Then third one is the expansion of output for domestic market. So in short is import substitution policy. So what's the wrong or what is the, yes, we are doing right now, import substitution policy. But there is a phase. So for example, how the backbone of the Manipur economy or Northeast India economy is MSME. Micro, medium, small and medium enterprises. So how many of you here, this is Chamber of Commerce here, how many of the members from Chamber of Commerce are manufacturing based? How many of you are service-based trade, involved in service-based trade? So I think majority will be service. So how many of you are micro? How many of you are the small and how many of you are medium scale? So in this scale, by definition, we can say 3 or 4 medium enterprises in Manipur. For example, Sadali also here, the classic, or this then Babina classic. I put it in a one category. Sija, Ligla, and what else? 3. You can say Maira is another one. So 4. So 2 from service industry, 2 from manufacturing industry. So what is the dream of the Manipur MCCI? So what is the strategy is that we have to increase the number from micro enterprises to the small enterprises, and from small enterprises to the medium enterprises. So this will be the strategy to develop our economy. So so import substitution, we want to the constraint of economic development in Northeast India and in Manipur in general is that we have a small and fragmented market, law and order is bad. Okay, so we have a poor infrastructure in any, but we are developing. But the thing that, so for the infrastructure, I think it's tremendously progressing. So we have to think that what will we do when the train reaches Imphal? That's the planning we have to do. Within this coming 2 or 3 years, train will reach Malum. So what should we do? So that's the thing we have to think about it. That's the demerit of import substitution. In order to expand these medium enterprises to the large enterprises, we need to export. So export is very, very important. And how do we do the exporting things? So the potential economic growth model of Manipur should be led by the industry strictly within the framework of competitive free enterprises. The economic decisions have been coordinated only by the common goal of businessmen to make profits. Okay, we should have a strategy, should be an ideology, allow the businessmen of Manipur and Northeast India to have the full scope of freedom with as little government intervention or red tape as possible. Red tape and government intervention is not good for a healthy economic growth. Now, what are the products that we can use? We are poor, we have lack of investment, banks are not giving monies, etc., but we need to produce it. So what are the products we have to focus on is that those products that requires relatively low capital investment, little technical know-how, because our industrial capability is very, very low, and little floor space or overhead, because we are very small, our lane are very, very, not that much big, and there are that can absorb large number of workers, labor-intensive industry that we can generate employment and that will in turn alleviate the poverty in Manipur and Northeast India. So these are the industry products that can be initiated. So, for example, garment is another one example. Garment and textile and garment industry is another example. We can learn from Bangladesh, we can learn from Myanmar, we can learn from Vietnam. Yeah, I will give you 1 minute, please. Okay. So there is a role of local. We need to establish a local export-import firms. This is very much important for why? There is one single role to coordinate manufacture and the outside world in both supplying raw materials, input and marketing output. Because most of our enterprises are small and micro. They have lack of investment. They do not know where to buy it at an affordable rate. So another example, another dilemma is that there is a service-led economic development coming up. Raghuram Ranjan says that the future of growth lies not in factories alone, but in people, their ideas and skill and ability to serve a changing world. In his famous book, The Fourth Pillar, he says argues that human capital, digital services, and in-poor communities are now the central agenda of sustainable economic growth. So, in conclusion, I say we have to focus on service-led growth. The living example is how much Shiza, Bhavina, Ras, and other hospitals generate employment, and let's compare with those manufacturing industry. This doesn't need any physical transportation in services industry. So we should focus on, have to have a thorough debate on the service-led development model in Manipur. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Biswanjit, for sharing the valuable thoughts on geoeconomics, the kind of economic activities aligned with the strategic policies for geopolitics in different aspects of the world, and with reference to the players like the US, the China, and the Indo-Pacific region. Well, at the same time, there are so much of interest areas you have touched upon about the rare earth elements available in Vietnam and other CLMB countries, and probably many developed nations are having some interest on it. But at the same time, we are also to situate the kind of developmental things to happen. So many economic models have been suggested. And at the end, what shall we do in a state like Manipur or the northern region of India? It's considerably landlocked and having poor infrastructural facilities. And that way, you have rightly suggested